Hi, Stampers. Happy Monday. Here we are with another Facebook Live, also on YouTube. I'm getting used to that. We're here today to do another online class. And today we're working with the Perfect Pomegranates stamp set. And again, my name is Lisa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Yikes. Okay. And I go live here on Facebook and YouTube every Monday and Thursday afternoon at 2:30 Mountain Time to give you guys kind of an online class. And I totally appreciate it when you guys support me in my business by showing up, leaving comments, sending me little notes, talking to one another, and especially when you buy from me. And now is a good time to buy. I'm going to be going out of town next week. So if you have questions and need some help with things, I would appreciate you getting a hold of me before next Wednesday, because my husband and I are on our way to New Orleans for Stampin' Up's leadership convention that they call Backstage. So this stamp set is something that's available in Sale-a-bration, which is ending the end of this month. That's the point I was getting to, because I will come back like 2 days before this sale ends. And there are so many cool things you can get, because not only do they have everything that was in that little brochure, but they've now added several sets of dies, the gold foil, the silver foil. There's like tons of new options that you can choose as your free gift for ordering during the month of August. So you would get those from Stampin' Up! And then by ordering through me, you get my PDF tutorial. I've been doing this customer appreciation PDF tutorial for, I guess, about 3 years now. And what I've started to do is take the old ones and kind of reformat them a little bit and spruce them up. And they're going to be for sale on my website, because some people that follow me are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and don't have the opportunity to purchase through me. So maybe that's some way that you can help me, is either through that or the buy me a coffee that I added to my website per request. And the website's been redesigned. Oh my gosh, you have to go take a look. I am so excited. The new website is up as of this morning. It's got a whole new menu and a whole new home page. I've tried to reorganize things to make them a little more user-friendly. So I would really appreciate some feedback as to whether or not you find it more complicated, or if you find it easier, or if there's something you can't find that I need to make a little more obvious. I would really appreciate it. I'm also adding a kind of a nude card making section. So I will be building that up after on Backstage. Gosh, I can't even think. There are so many things I want to tell you. My brain is like buzzing 100 miles an hour. I'm not getting it all out. But I know you're here for the card, right? You all want to see how we make this card. This card is fun. You're going to like it. It's called the triple stamping technique. It's something we've done for years, and I haven't done it in a while. So I thought we would bring out this technique once again. We are using the free Perfect Pomegranate stamp set that is in our Sale-a-bration that will end in about 2 weeks. So you can earn this for free. You'll notice it does not have any sentiment. It's got some fabulous stamps, but it does not have sentiments. So I pulled out one of my favorites, which is the Peaceful Moments. I like this one because it's got a little bit of everything. It has a thank you, sympathy, happy birthday, congratulations, and then it's also got your inside and outside of the card. So if you don't have sentiment stamp sets, or you're looking for one, this is a great way to purchase one stamp set and cover many, many occasions. So I do recommend this one to new people as well. I left a little ink from my last live because we're going to get a bunch of ink on it this time. We're going to start out with a regular card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I've got my standard 4 by 5 1/4 for inside and out. Okay, all of that's fairly normal. The way we're going to get into this is we're going to add some additional layers. I'm going to take another layer of the rich razzleberry. This one is, look at my notes, 4.5 by 3 1/4. and then 3.5 by 2.25. Then I've got some basic white again, 4.25 by 3, and then 3.25 by 2. And so these are all going to stack one on top of each other. And it's going to have a pattern that goes all the way throughout. And you're kind of, okay, well, how do you do that, right? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the white layers for right now. And we're going to hook them together kind of temporarily and do our stamping. So if you have some temporary adhesive or something, this would be a good use for that. I'm just going to stick a glue dot on there behind each layer, hoping it will lay nice and flat for me so it doesn't mess up our stamping. Or that may just be where the embellishments go, right? So I'm going to stick these 3 on top of each other as if they're finished. And then we're going to stamp on it like that with the 3 layers adhered to one another. Okay. So I have mounted up some stamps. I've got our pomegranate here in rich raspberry. And then I have our leaves in some old olive. So I think I'm going to start out with those. I'm kind of keeping an eye on it because I wanted these things to go off the edge. And since they all didn't, I do have some small leaves we can add. But another trick, because this stamps, usually you can go in and just touch it up with a little marker. Well, these stamps are kind of texturized. They've got a really pretty texture to them that a marker is going to look real obvious. But what I'm going to do to kind of touch that up is I have cleaned my stamp with a little piece of the simple chamois. And I'm going to ink up just the neck, or that last little piece of the stem. And I'm going to flip it around and go this way. So I've just added some stem to the end. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of an overlap, but sometimes trees do that. If you look at them really up close, sometimes there's a little something where they were pruned and then continued to grow. So I'm going to call it good. And then I'm going to come in with the pomegranate, and these have like little nubs at the end where the pomegranate would probably be growing off of. Hello, everyone. I'm glad somebody's excited to see this one in use. This was another one of those that, I didn't particularly go out of my way to order it because I wasn't sure what I could do with it, but I'm actually kind of liking it. I'm trying to make sure I've got good contact, and it is giving me a gap between there, and that's fine. That's what's going to be covered up by those layers when we go ahead and add those underneath. So don't panic. Those will get cleaned up. I want to mention that some of the tutorials I added to the tutorial shop today were the Santa and Elf pieces that I made a couple years ago. I want to say it was 2018, 2019. But they were these really cute candy bar wrappers and little boxes and things, tags that were done to look like Santa and elves. That got up there, and the wine box that we did, the one with the flip top, that's up there as well. So if you were waiting on that, it has been posted. I apologize that took me a while. The redesign of the website took a little more out of me than I thought it was going to. And then with getting ready to head out of town, I've also got my projects I'm working on so that I can be a little bit ahead and know what I'm going to be working on when I come back so that you won't miss out. I will be out of town for 2 of my lives, but what I'm planning to do, if I get all this finished, is I'm going to go ahead and pre-schedule them. So they won't necessarily be a live, but you will get a video on Monday and Thursday while I'm gone. It'll just show up on YouTube like a regular video. Oops. And spun that before I was ready. Line this back up. Okay. So you'll notice on this one, I added a little bit of yellow, and I did that with a sponge dauber. But I thought during this live, since I always like to be daring, try something that might totally screw up. I'm going to try a little bit of the chalk. And I'm just using one of our blender brushes and picking it up straight off the stick. There's several different ways you can use them. I'm just going to go straight off the stick for now, since these are little and not going to be that much to it. So there. So that's kind of a different look. My problem with the sponge dauber is that it went all the way out onto the petals. The sponge dauber was so big, it didn't allow me to stay in the center. So I don't know which one you like better, but this one allowed me to stay more in the middle of the flower. So just some choices depending on what you like. So I think while I have the stamps out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside, because I always stamp my insides. So I'm going to take the old olive. Pomegranate, again in rich raspberry. And then I wanted a sentiment in the middle, so I'll pull out the congratulations. These were some messages that I had stamped a while back and didn't use, so I just kind of left them in the container. Oh, yes, Prize Patrol. I get so busy talking, I forgot. Thank you again for reminding everybody to type in hashtag Prize Patrol. For those of you who are new, that's the way you get entered into the drawing to possibly win today's card. So if you would like today's card mailed to you, then please go ahead and type into the comments hashtag Prize Patrol. Different block. Now we're ready to start assembling. As soon as I get that out of the way, wouldn't want my elbow in it, right? I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one to the inside. This is the Take Your Pick tool. If you don't have one of these, you want one. They are super useful for lots of things. Using them to remove the glue dots is just one of the fine things it will do. And then we're going to mount them onto the coordinating cardstock. So I'm just going to center it. These are just a 1/4 inch different, as if they were normal layers. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere them like that. This one's going to go to the front of the card. That's going to be our mat for this one. Let's see. We have the pomegranates hanging down. So this one. Yeah, look, I took it apart and the direction wasn't so easy all of a sudden. But see, it's easy to match up because I know that it's going to complete the pomegranate up there, and then the flower and the pomegranate down here. And just like that, we've reassembled our pomegranates. There we go, that matches better. Let's see, really simple. It's one of those things, looks hard, it's not. I'm using the Amazing dies to add the sentiment to the front. I went ahead and die cut them already. I love these because they have not only the words, but they have the matting that goes behind the words, and it even pops out the little opening in the G's. So there's also a die brush end that goes on this. It's great for removing these little things, but when there's not very many of them, I just use the piercing tool. You are amazing. Does anybody have any questions? Did I tell you I added a survey to my Facebook page asking about your opinion on what things you would like to see me make and how I can help you better? So while you're over there checking out my new blog, I would appreciate it if you fill out the little survey. Sometimes I feel like when I'm working online, I'm kind of flying blind over here because I don't get to talk to you in person like I do when people come to classes. And so that's why it's extra helpful if you guys email me or message me or, just communicate with me some way so I know the best way to help you, because it is my desire to earn your business as your demonstrator and give you the best service I can. But I can't do that if I don't know how the best way to help you is. So please be noisy and let me know how to help you. I did have someone ask if I could do little packets for some of these cards. So this week I actually do have some extra packets. My husband was offering to be helpful and came down and helped me cut out parts for class, and a couple people can't make it. So I have kits cut out, and I was thinking about it. This one doesn't require that much stamping, or, this one does, but it could be any stamp set you own in your collection. So if you would like some pre-cut parts to cards I make online, is that something you guys would be interested in? The ones he helped me cut out were the ones we did last week, the Z fold and the spanner card with the wonderful world, and that's a lot of DSP, so not much stamping in those whatsoever. Lots of pre-cut paper and die cutting. So they would be great for you guys to assemble at home. Like I said, I'm just kind of grabbing at straws, trying to figure out what you guys want from me and how I can help. So I'm just flipping these over and putting mini dimensionals on the back. I like these on the words because they hide really well. The big ones might fit, but these ones do for sure. Out where these go. Alrighty, so now we're down to just the bling. So I added a few little rhinestones, and I thought it would be really fun to put one right on the eye. Oops, I'm upside down. So we're dotting the eye with a rhinestone. So there we go. That's today's card. We're going to be using the same stamp set. Phew, I lost it. The same stamp set on Thursday. Well, this was today's card, the triple stamping technique. On Thursday, we're going to be making this one, because I thought we would play around with just the flowers. So it doesn't necessarily need to use the pomegranate. We can use the flower and the leaves by themselves. And see how pretty that is? And then this is the Charming Sentiments we worked with a couple weeks ago. That's another great sentiment bundle, because it's got lots of stamps in it and covers lots of different occasions. And then in the back here, I have actually heat embossed on the back. This could be done with just stamping Melon Mambo ink onto Melon Mambo paper, but for this one I actually stamped it in Versamark and then put clear embossing powder over it, just for a little bit of extra shine and texture. But that's what we'll be doing on Thursdays, this one. So, okay. Yeah, he's finally getting supportive. I love it. As he sees more sales starting to come in, although this month is a really bad example. If you want to help me out there, I'd appreciate it. But he's been more helpful, and it was his idea to go to Backstage, the leadership conference. He knew I was invited, and it's his birthday, and he chose for us to go. So that was really nice. Next February will be my 10-year anniversary for this round. I've actually been around as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator off and on since the 90s, but this string where I finally took it full time, it's been almost 10 years. So for him to jump on board finally was, a huge relief. So here we go. Oops, that's my notes on the card we made. So here is our prize patrol. We only have 10 entries, so you have a really good chance of winning. If you have not yet, please enter hashtag prize patrol, because I'm getting ready to spin and see who our winner is. And whoever the winner is will get today's card mailed to them. Woohoo! Okay, so Mom wins. Not sure who's behind that name, but if you will do me a favor and go to queenbeecreations.net/prize patrol and fill in the claim form, that would give me your address so I know where to mail the card to. So if you would please do that for me, I would appreciate it. Let's see. Come on. What am I doing here? So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here and supporting me and being my customers and allowing me to give you the best service possible. Please, please, please go to my Facebook page and fill out the survey I have going on. I can probably post it on YouTube under the posts too. There's a section where I put a survey in there just for what kind of cards you're looking for. I can probably put my link to my Google survey on there too. And check out queenbeecreations.net and let me know what you think of the new layout. And if you can find your way around, or if you have some feedback on how I can improve it, I would appreciate it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you back here next Thursday for another online class. Thanks. Bye.